Things in my 500 square foot smart home that just make sense, part 6.
So these are only kind of smart home related. I thought everybody knew about these things already, but it turns out they don't. These are called Apple AirTags, and they're one of the best products Apple makes, I think. They're super cheap, and if you have an iPhone, you need to have one. Let me show you how they work and how I use them. So an AirTag is a tracking device that Apple came out with. They're super cheap. They're only about 30 bucks, and they both do long range tracking if you lose anything they're attached to, and even better, short range tracking, which not a lot of people know about, and I use very extensively, especially in my smart home. I have these things on literally everything. I keep them on my wallet, on my keys, my backpack, in my duffel bag, on my bike. I have these things tracking everything. Let me show you how I use them. So these literally take a minute to set up, and once you place them on a device, you'll be able to track them anywhere they go, basically allowing you to see where something's gone if you lost it or stole it. But even cooler, they have short range tracking, so they have a little tiny speaker on the inside, and if you lose something in your house like I do, I'm always losing my keys and wallet, all you have to do is say something like, "Hey Siri, find my keys."
Looking for Brett's keys. It's nearby.
And I don't know if you could hear that. The keys basically let out a really loud noise so you could find exactly where they are. I always leave my keys in the couch, in the bedroom, whatever. All I have to do is ask Siri to find my keys. It'll blare out a loud noise and I'll be able to find them right away. Super simple to do, really useful, and I use it tied into my smart home all the time, almost every single day when I leave the house. I could ask it to find my wallet, my keys, my backpack, anything I need that I have one of these tags attached to. This is what the map looks like. All you have to do is pull up my Find My app and you'll see all of your devices and where they are on a map. This is really useful if you left something somewhere. My bike, for example, I always use it to see where I parked it and make sure it's not stolen. I have the map greened out here so you guys can't track down where I live, obviously. This is another one of the super useful features of these things. They also have this really dope ability where if you enable it, they could learn about your habits and let you know if you left something behind. So for example, if it detects you usually bring your keys with you in the morning and you do that every day, and one day you forget to bring your keys, it'll automatically pop up a notification say, hey, it looks like you forgot your keys at home. Super useful. Like I said, these things are really cheap. I thought everybody knew about them already, but apparently they don't. I know it's not super smart home related, but I use my smart home to interact with them all the time. Anyway, that's AirTags. These guys are pretty simple. Let me know if you guys have any questions at all. I absolutely love these things. I think if you've got an iPhone or if you're in the Apple ecosystem, these things are pretty much a no-brainer. You can buy them pretty much anywhere they sell Apple stuff or on Amazon. I'll post the link in my bio there. And yeah, that's AirTags. Thanks for watching.
How to use these 15 cents NFC tags to automate your home and life, part 4. Q&A edition.
So you guys are loving these NFC tags, and I want to show you guys a bunch more ways that you use them to automate your life. But first I want to answer a bunch of the questions I've got on them, so this is that video. So a lot of you were really curious on how I use the NFC tag to open my door. I do have a smart lock on my door, and when I tap the tag, it basically triggered the smart lock to open and close. You can use NFCs to interface with your home a bunch of different ways, but you do need to first have them set up as smart devices for it to happen. I use the Augusta smart lock. I love it a lot, and I'll make a video on it shortly. A lot of people asking if you could have multiple different things happen on one tap, and the answer is yes. You have pretty much unlimited actions happen when you tap this thing, whether it's send a text message, turn on a smart lamp, send a notification, set an alarm, any combination of stuff you want, you can achieve by one tap of the tag. Another common question was people asking if it'll work on multiple phones, whether that's guests you have over, your family, or if you get a new phone. Because of the way we're using the tag, it simply scans the tag like a barcode and then the phone executes all the commands. To have it work on other phones, you have to share over the commands to happen from one phone to another, whether that's your family members or your new phone. Luckily, it's really, really easy to do, and I'll do a tutorial on how to do this shortly. A lot of people are also concerned about security, whether people would hack the tag or just come up and tap the tag and trigger all the things in your home. Fortunately, similar to like I said before, the ways that these are set up, all the commands happen on your phone and they have to be authorized before you can do them. So if somebody else taps the tag, fortunately, nothing at all will happen. So this next one is by far the most common, and that's pretty much people asking if it works on any combination of devices, Alexa, Google Home, Android, etc. This is one of the main reasons I use Apple, because everything's so well integrated. But I am looking into tutorials for each of these. You're just going to need to be patient. Android is likely going to be done through an app called Tasker. I don't know the perfect way to do it yet, but if you're looking to look into how to do the stuff on Android, Tasker is probably your best place to start, and then look out for the Alexa and Google Home tutorials after that. So a lot of people asking if you could program these things with data, like your Wi-Fi password or a business card or something. You can definitely do that with a different app than we're using now. It's using the NFC tag much differently. The way we're using them now is just reading the ID off them and executing commands, but you can write things on the tag to let other people read them. I'll show a tutorial on how to set up a Wi-Fi code as well as a business card or a website on these things in the future. So the last one is people that are complaining that for these to be effective, you need your phone with you all the time, 24/7, to be glued with it. I like this comment a lot because while it is true, it's really missing the point of these tags and smart home in general. It's not about totally replacing and having these tags be the only way to achieve those tasks. It's about making those tasks more accessible and having it be convenient there when you need it. I'll use the washer and dryer one, for example, you saw in my video where I used tapping the tag to start a timer. I could start the timer on my phone. I could start it on my voice with Siri. I could start it in a lot of different ways, but the tag's there. I luckily have my phone in my hand already. I'll tap the tag to start the timer. If I don't have my phone, I'll set a timer manually. I'll set it with my voice. It's all about options and accessibility. And that goes for all the smart home, not just these tags themselves. That cleared up a lot of confusions on these tags. I'm really excited to make more videos and hopefully that gives you guys a better baseline to understand them. Thanks for watching.